Is your bird acting a bit differently? Are you in the dreaded hormone season? Let's discuss that topic in this video right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Parrot Teacher. I am David and today we are talking about the dreaded hormone season. This may be variable depending on where you are in the world and your parrot species, but every parrot owner will have to go through this with their parrot, and it will be something that will happen every single year. And a lot of people struggle with it, to be honest. It's quite a common problem. So I wanted to do a video about it, discuss why it happens a little bit, discuss a bit about hormones in general, although I have an entire playlist about hormones which you can watch there on this little card, and then talk about some things you can do to help get through it and then get through to the more relaxed times of the year. Now, hormone season, hormones in general, completely natural for your parrot. It goes into a breeding mode because it's time to breed basically. The weather's changing, things are changing, their biology is changing, and they're like, right, it's time to get on with what's important and keep our species going. And it's completely normal for your parrot to go through this phase, and it will change their behaviour, which a lot of you are aware of who are probably watching this video, and it can be difficult for us as humans to deal with. But something else I really want to draw your attention to in this video, which I cover in that series a lot more depth, is it's not just the season that impacts your parrot's hormonal behaviour. There are many factors that will influence how bad hormone season impacts your parrot, and there are many factors that will attribute to your parrot behaving in what we will describe as an undesirable hormonal manner. We try to see it as a scale, and hormone season is just one little bit on that scale. The more factors you have and you add to that scale, the more it gets pushed into the danger zone, where your parrot will be really aggy with you, be really stroppy, will be mating with anything it can find. You know, it's about mitigating those factors, and seasonal stuff is only one of them. So do keep that in mind. It's much more depth in that series, so please do explore it. And the great thing about hormone season is it does end, so that's one that could be your biggest mitigating factor. Just riding it out, doing the best you can, and just letting it run its natural course. However, there are things you can do that can help both your parrot feel more relaxed and take some of the edge off what you have to deal with stress-wise as well. And I feel it's really important to cover some of these in this video. Now, coping with hormone season, the first thing is be mindful, look at all the individual factors contributing to stuff, take a step back from what's going on and maybe be a little bit more, I don't want to use the word mindful again, a bit more relaxed and a bit more compassionate towards your parrot and yourself. Things will be different, things will be a bit more stressed. Just realise you will get through it, and there are things you can do about it. Try not to get too stressed about it, because I know I speak to a lot of owners who get really wound up, they get really stressed, and they get really fixated on certain factors, and it's best to try and relax as much as possible, although I know how challenging it can be. Something we really find helps is dietary changes, like making sure your parrot's on the best diet, but also dietary supplementation, and that's through teas mostly. Teas are such a game changer when it comes to dealing with a lot of parrot behaviour problems. I'm not talking about getting a tea bag and giving them a tea you have. No, we're talking about blended teas, Avian teas. And a lot of people are like, wow, that sounds hokey, it sounds silly. But it's something they'll do in the wild. It's been observed that they would go into tree hollows where maybe various flowers and other stuff are filled in, and they'll drink that water and over fresh water. And there's reasons for it. They're selecting things that are useful to them. And we can do that here in our own environments. You can get Avian teas. Something as simple as tulsi or chamomile on its own is great, or you can get specially blended teas like the ones we have on our store, which are formulated by an expert in the field that will help with the hormonal problem. We have one called Hormone Homeostasis, which will really help. We have another one called Return to Peace, which is great for anxiety. Do check out the store and explore them for yourself, or just maybe consider introducing human grade chamomile or tulsi. You can serve them in a multitude of ways. I plan to do an updated video on the topic with all the stuff, but you can always just read the bags or approach us for advice. Teas are awesome because they will take the edge off, and I'm not going to say that teas will solve all your hormone problems and eliminate the hormone season as a factor, but they will help, and they're exceptionally useful, and we use them constantly in a multitude of ways for our own birds. Allowing your birds to get a bit of extra sleep during hormone season can be helpful. We tend to try to aim for 12 hours sleep for our parrots. We call it opportunities to sleep because they may not sleep the whole of it, they may have a nap during the day, but 12 hours opportunities to sleep to try and keep it nice and stable. You can increase it to 13 to 14 hours for a week, but then you'd have to go back to normal for a while, because if you just do it over an extended period, it can make things worse. But increasing sleep can help with hormonal problems, especially during this time of year where it is lighter and they're more agitated. Extra activities, burning off some of that energy, giving them lots of things to do, lots of training, lots of extra foraging, loads of fun things to do to keep them engaged and keep them busy, rather than obsessing about mating with their perch or their partner. And then you have all the usual advice for hormones, just trying to not allow them to go into nesting spaces, watching them, observing what might be a trigger, what's not, avoiding reflections, all sorts of things, again covered in that lovely series. There are things you can do to make this time of year a little bit easier. It's not a foregone conclusion, but it does take a little bit more effort and a little bit more digging into what's actually going on. So I hope everyone watching this is surviving the dreaded hormone season. It's going on as I film this. I hope this video was helpful. Any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you down below. But in the meantime, take care and see you later.